Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Project Highrise. And I think it's time to do some renovations. So, no, I don't want to click you. I want to click you, 720. That's not too bad. Get some of these older offices worked on, so they're not scummy and gross looking anymore. And it looks like we have our space for the construction office, finally. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that larger construction office. Now, as far as I can tell, this other construction office doesn't cost me anything. At least it doesn't say it does. So if there's no maintenance, I don't see a reason why to get rid of it unless we have something that's for space. But it seems like these newer services that we're encountering are bigger and bigger in size. So something that small, I don't think is really going to help. All right, and the next thing I need to do is the computer IT services for the financial offices that just were added in. Eventually, I'm going to want to do some decoration here. And we're very close to getting the last of the offices taken care of. As a matter of fact, I only have one more to go, one financial and one legal professional. Now, considering that the only legal professionals available were kind of crummy, I think it's good to wait a little bit before we try and build up another floor. Oh, there we go. Now we're going to have the IT services. So let's go ahead and put that in. So computer IT services. Going to go down here in the sub-basement. And we're going to need electricity and phone lines over there. And it was already pretty much drawn over there, so we're good to go. And that should take care of our financial offices. Oh, people are upset because they're having to wait for an elevator. Technically, they could go up a floor and then get over, but I guess nobody thought to do that. Because we do have alternate routes. I have 3 elevators. Now, yeah, they don't go all the way up to the top floors, but they could have gone up a floor and then walked over and gone up the rest of the way. Or they could have gone up the stairs a floor, gone to the elevator. So, it's not my fault, AI. You should have figured that out. Okay, and that should be all the services we need. So, I guess it's time to build up a floor. Now, whether or not we can afford that is another matter. But I don't really have anything else on the docket for expenses, so I might as well go up a floor. And I always miss a space. There we go. And then we need stairs right there. So construction team can get up there. Now this does cost me maintenance a day, but if this one doesn't, which it doesn't list that it does, then I don't see, again, any reason why to get rid of that. Okay, so we lost a bit of money, but I think as far as rent revenue goes, we're making more than we're losing, so not too worried about it. We're only a few office workers away from getting one of our contracts, and we're only a couple offices away from getting our office contract. So with that all being said, I think we're golden. All right, so we're going to need wiring closet up there, and then I'm going to go ahead and just bring the water up, even though we haven't been needing it on a lot of these floors. I still think it is worthwhile. Then I'm going to go ahead and put the elevator here. It probably would be a good idea to have an alternate elevator at some point. Maybe use this elevator here, or maybe even this elevator here for something. We'll have to see. I mean, maybe I could do some residential stuff over top the restaurants. The thing I have to keep in mind is I need to keep noise away from a lot of these offices. These offices hate noise. And I'm going to assume apartments would generate that. So it's actually to the point where we're probably pretty close to pissing these guys off. You see the noise is just barely not touching them. So I would assume if I were to put apartments over here and then extend the elevators up. That would be a problem. But just, you know, as a proof of concept, let's say we did a studio apartment. That would fit even the larger one-bedroom apartment would fit right here. In theory. Now, as far as contracts go, I believe we would need to do studio apartments. Is that the contract? Studio apartments. They want me to do that first. 10. This isn't worth a lot, but it's, you know, it's kind of how the game works. You start off small, and then you go up from there. So I could start putting apartments over here, but the big problem is just the noise that might generate. I could put small offices in. I don't know if those generate noise or not. I don't think medium offices would fit in the space here. Well, I could confirm that. Let's see. So medium office. Yeah, that wouldn't fit. Because the idea here is we're bringing the elevator over. Whereas small offices, on the other hand, would not only fit perfectly, but then we could bring the elevators up again. It's hard to say, though, whether or not these generate noise, because it doesn't look like they do. And again, I have no confirmation on whether apartments generate noise either, but I would assume they would. Okay, so the floor up here is pretty much ready. So I'm going to now get my last two medium offices, which are going to be a financial professional and a legal professional. So first, we'll do the financial. It does look like we got another legal office option. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and take this. So we have just phone and electricity needed. Everything else is taken care of. And I might as well grab the other office as well. And this is going to be our financial office. And these guys are taken care of. We just need electricity and phone again. So electrical line over there. Electrical line over here. There we go. And as soon as that is built, I'm thinking we're done unless I miscalculated. And we're actually getting closer and closer to the... Okay, we just got 3,000 bucks. And we just got our office drones at the same time. Okay, so we're at 8,500 almost a day. I've got a bunch of influence I could use here. And let's take a look at our actual population here. So we've got only 51 of our population working in offices, so taking the next level of population contracts probably wouldn't be the best move. And I'm not quite ready for that one either. Profoundly profitable, we need 10,000. We're getting close, but we're not quite there yet. More commuters. That's office workers. Okay, so I kind of think I want to switch to residential stuff now. Well, let's just hold off here. Or actually, hold on. Contracts. Was there anything for larger? High-end luxury apartments, but I have to do other things like residential potential first. So studio apartments might be a thing. Restaurant Revolution, I don't think I'm going to do. And then Galleria is more stores, so I don't want to do that either. So I think I'm going to take the studio apartment contract. And I don't know what to take after that. I'm going to go ahead and take profoundly profitable. Hopefully we'll get that profitability up. Anyway, we get a bunch of cash up front, so I think that's a good contract to take. Okay, and then let's go ahead and use our influence. So right now, I have operations and I have aesthetics open. So I could do art dealers, which gives me more artworks, it looks like. Or I can do +1 construction worker. Adds 1 more builder to your large construction office. Okay. So we're good there. And then... I think I almost want politics at this point, and I want to get public transport here. And this would cost 20 influence to do. Height limitations isn't really a big deal right now, but I like the public transit idea. But I don't have the lobbyist yet. And lobbyist was pretty big, if I remember correctly. I mean, it didn't cost a lot, but the office was the same size as a medium office. Now, what I could do is I could fit that, like, here. If I didn't have plans to move up. Alright, well, in any case, I'm gonna just cancel that for a second. I wish I got an indicator of the kind of things, when you click on this, the kind of things that these guys are looking for. So I don't have to remember this stuff, because I don't remember. Do these guys care about noise or not? I know the creative people do. And a lot of the other offices did, like the legal and financial offices did. But what about the medical offices? Because if they don't care about noise, I could put some apartments over here. And that would allow me to expand the elevators up, which was kind of an issue. Well, you know what? I'm going to try it out. We'll see how things go. But I do definitely want the political guy here. So I'm going to do a little bit of construction. And the first bit of construction I'm going to do is over here. And then I'm going to go up a floor with the main building. And I'm not ready to build over here yet, I don't think. And I'm going to do just some tests of things to see, do apartments generate noise? Do just a various numbers of things. And I do also need, while I'm thinking about it, staircase. All right. Okay, so anyway, go ahead and stick the elevator here. And then apartment time. So we need studio apartments first. And fortunately, that will fit in perfectly here. Now, I will put it off to this side so that it isn't an issue. And we've got basic studio apartment or deluxe studio apartment. Well, I didn't think it was really particular about what type, right? It says studio apartment, so why not do a deluxe studio apartment? So what they need is stuff that I can't provide them. Electricity. They need gas, and these guys don't need gas. But the amount they pay me is a lot different. And then they don't have enough stores. I sell appliances and housewares. And they also want cable television, which I also don't have. Now, I do have gas hooked up. But I don't have a means to get the gas up floors at the moment. There's a problem, obviously. I can figure it out, I think. All I would need is to build up one layer across the board. And then put a line in here, too. Alright, well, it's the things you don't plan for that you kind of have to jam in the building. We'll do that. We already know we're going to need trash, so I'm just going to put it in. Right? They hate noisy areas. They hate smelly areas. Well, that's just too bad, I guess. And they do expect trash bins. So, yes, trash bin right there. And then we're going to need the utilities. So, gas. I would have eventually needed gas anyway, so this isn't the end of the world that I'm having to do this. Oh! Oh! Water line was also gas. Huh, I didn't know that. Okay, well, then I'm not really needing the things that I just did. Whoops. I don't think I can cancel these. Oh well, it's not the end of the world. I mean, I might have wanted to construct stuff over here anyway. As a matter of fact, I might be able to stick more apartments over here. So let's just see about that. Yeah, I might be able to stick more apartments here. That wouldn't be the end of the world. So, how big are apartments again? They are... No, not offices. They are 2 bigger than that, so they're 6. All right, so I would need it to go out to that level. Okay, that's good. Might as well fit in some more apartments here. Again, they don't like noisy, which is a problem because they're right next to stores, but too bad. Okay, so I'm glad that water and gas are on the same line. At first, I was concerned that I would have to bring gas lines. So actually, I think I already have all the utilities I need, as far as I can tell, because if water and gas are together and cable, television, phone, and electricity are together, then we have all the utilities we need, which is perfect. Okay, so I'm going to need the gas line, though, here. But first, let's just go ahead and get the deluxe studio apartment in here. And it doesn't look like we are needing there isn't like a set number there. I mean, maybe we won't get a tenant. I'm not sure. I haven't really done anything with these residential areas yet. So we'll get that. They also needed phone, if I remember correctly, and gas, which we're going to have to bring all the way over to there. Okay. And while I wait, I guess I might as well do some decorating. So we need these white walls for that. And we'll do something different for... This is a creative office, yes? So we'll do that. And then over here, we've got... I actually don't remember which one's which. This is financial planners. Well, financial planners are kind of... And then the other guys are legal, I would assume. Yeah. Specialist law firm. Okay, so, well... you know what? What does this look like? Well, that's way too funky for a financial office. We'll do that for the legal offices. Okay. Oh, big money. Big prizes. And then this way I can kind of look at it at a glance and kind of tell which offices are which. And I'll figure out other stuff. Oh, I didn't do water. Okay. Almost have you taken care of. Thankfully, the dentist's office there should be... Okay. And then what's going on here? The area is noisy, too noisy. Alright, but their satisfaction is going up. And it's not like they're pissed at me for this. So, they'll be fine. And then we've got all these areas built. So I might as well go ahead and get the rest of the apartments in here. And it's going to be studio apartments. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're halfway done with what we need. And I guess I could just continue to go up. Now, again, whether or not these guys produce noise, I don't know, but you would think they wouldn't because they're worried about noise. But we can just check that here. Noise. It's kind of hard to tell right now. But, who knows? I almost kind of wonder if the cheaper apartments, if they cared as much about noise. Oh, yeah, they don't care. So maybe for this area, I shouldn't do those fancier apartments. You know what? I'll do that just for this area. It keeps me not having to do as many utilities. If these guys end up moving out, I'll go with basic studio apartment to replace them, maybe. But anyway, that was kind of a learning experience there. So we'll just do basic studio apartments because we know this is going to be smelly and noisy because, I mean, look, they're right next to trash bins and they're right next to stores. So that would have been the correct thing to do, I think, with the other apartment. But you live and you learn. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and grab the electricity. And they also need water, I think was the only thing they were looking for. They didn't need phone lines, from what I saw. And water. Now, these guys down here are going to cost me a bit of money because I have to stretch water all the way over there. Ouch. Money, but it'll do. Alright. Let's take a look up here. So we were thinking about, first off, getting all the utilities we need. So we need that. And we also need that. And then we need the politics office, which doesn't need anything, which is nice. And I'm going to just stick that there, just like we do everything else. And then we're going to go ahead and grab an elevator as well. And then once we're done with all that, we'll be able to do public transit. And then we don't quite have enough influence to do the other stuff. Good. All right. And it looks like we're waiting for tenants here. Oh, they're filling in pretty quick, though. And how's our money doing right now? We're very close to 10,000. Hopefully these apartments will kind of help out. And again, it's going to be hard for me to tell whether these generate noise or not. I'm going to assume they don't, though, because look, it doesn't really look that dark. I think most of this noise that we see is from the surrounding area. So these guys here could be happier with a deluxe apartment, but they're not pissed, so it is what it is. And if I go up a floor, noise levels are down enough that I think we can get away with the deluxe apartments, so I figure we keep doing this construction. I think this is working. And if they don't generate noise, I'm not too really worried about these guys. And then maybe I even do some apartments on this side as well. As a matter of fact, that might be the better call because it gets the elevator up here. Now, I don't know if the space will be used appropriately. As you can see, there's some wasted space. And honestly, a one-bedroom apartment would fit better. But I do have to worry about the one-bedroom apartment and how that would work for what I'm going for. Because you saw with the deluxe apartments, they were worried about noise and things and smells. Well, there's going to be quite a bit of noise and smell on this floor. But maybe not on a higher floor. So maybe this will be our one-bedroom apartment area once we get to that. But I'm not sure. I mean, just confirming here. Noise is pretty high in this area. And then smells would be pretty high as well. So that might be a problem if one-bedroom apartments care about such things. I don't know if they do or not because the only way I can actually confirm that is by setting one up, which is kind of a waste of money. But again, we might want to do this construction anyway just to find out. But for now, I'm not worried about that stuff. So instead, what I am worried about is building here. So we've got 5 apartments so far. We know that the space is perfect. So if I do this, this will give us 6 more, which should get the contract finished. This space actually turned out to be perfect as far as the exact size we needed for the studio apartments. And I didn't really have to build up, and building up is more expensive, obviously. Now, I'm not quite ready for larger offices. We need 9 influence for that, and we're not quite there. I do have quite a lot of buzz, but I don't think anything that I really want to spend the buzz on right now. And considering that these effects only last 24 hours, I honestly think some of those things that you'd spend buzz on are kind of a waste. I mean, making the satisfaction of your tenants better for 24 hours, I mean, sounds like it's good at first, but then when you think about it, I've got some renovation to do, so I might as well do that. But if you think about it, that is... I actually forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, that's... Yeah, if they're unsatisfied, which would be the main reason you'd want to do that, they're going to go right back to being unsatisfied when the 24 hours is over. So, I mean, I guess you get more rent out of them if they're satisfied, but again, only for 24 hours. So, who cares? All right, let's go ahead and get the elevators built here. Whether or not we'll have enough cash to finish this off, I'm not sure. But we got profoundly profitable, which we were close to getting anyway, which is going to give us a bunch of money, which will allow me to finish this stuff off. And we're making plenty of money here. So let's go ahead and grab another contract. So as far as residents go, we're trying to do the apartment type stuff right now. So that might be the way we go for the moment. And we need 50 new residents. I'm definitely not ready for that. You know what? I think I'm going to take the residential potential. We're probably a long way away from that, though. Let's just take a look. So apartments, we only have 5 population, so that's not going to happen anytime soon. You know what? I think I'm just going to wait a little bit on the contracts because I'm just concerned that 50 population is going to be very difficult to do. I could do more commuters. I mean, I could do stuff to give me money now. Right now, we're only at 50 in the offices, and we're at 5 for residents. You know what? I am going to do the residential potential, but I'm just a little bit concerned for that one that I mean, we need 45 more residents. We'll see. And then let's go ahead and put those apartments in. So first we've got studio, 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 and studio, studio, studio. And we're going to have trash, trash, trash as well. All right, so go ahead and get the services we know we need first. Now, I do have something orange here. Transit stops. Build a metro station. Metro stations allow more visitors to enter your building. Oh, cool. Question is, where do we fit that in? Probably down a floor, and then they can take the elevators up. Or, alternatively, we put an elevator over here, and we put it over here, and we have them take this elevator. That's something I can do in the future. It's not something I need right now. I'm going to assume the metro station is super expensive. Yeah, super expensive. We couldn't afford that. Well, we could technically afford it now, but we've got other priorities. In any case, trash time. Trash, trash, trash. And I'm also going to assume that this has a... Okay, so we're not having a problem, I guess, with trash. It doesn't really tell me how much I can take in there. But, okay. Let's take a look now at noise. Okay, so these guys shouldn't have a problem with that. Let's take a look at smells. Smells are a problem in the hallway, but maybe not affecting the actual apartments. So you know what? I'm going to take the deluxe studio apartment here. Mostly because it gives me a lot more money for all of these. And we're just going to need electricity, water, and gas for all of them. The water and gas is kind of a problem just because it's on the opposite side of the building. But that will eventually be good for the apartments that we'll be putting on the other side because then it's just a short trip. So let's go ahead and grab those utilities. And then phone. Oh, no, wait, they don't need phone, do they? Crap. That's a waste of money. I wasn't paying attention. They don't need phone. They just need water and gas, right? Whoops. All right, well, I may have wasted some money there in the past because I overspent on phones that we didn't need. Phone lines that we didn't need. I just made the mistake of thinking they needed everything, and they didn't, I don't think. I could be misremembering. We'll find out here when the apartment's open on whether I needed the phone line or not. But they definitely need water and gas. Okay, well, in any case, I think this is a good point to put a cut in the video, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.